I've had some questions about how business insurance may be affected by recent actions of the Trump administration, including the tariffs set to go into effect this week, the week of April 7th, 2025. I'll unpack these issues in this post. Hi, I'm Gordon Coyle. Welcome to my channel where we talk about the risk and insurance issues on the minds of business owners. As an expert business insurance broker, these videos are intended to help guide and educate decision makers to help make you a more informed insurance buyer. If I don't answer the question on your mind that brought you to this video, reach out and let's connect. I'd love to hear from you. Oh, and if you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. All right, the first question that I had is, can a building owner claim business interruption to cover the loss of revenue when one of their tenants is a government entity that canceled its lease midterm? Unfortunately, this is not a covered loss under the business interruption cover on a property policy. For business income coverage to trigger, there must be direct physical damage to the premises from a covered peril, such as a fire. The second question I had is similar, and it comes from a contracting business that ramped up the purchase of materials and manpower and equipment to perform a job for the federal government that was canceled before the project even started. Can business income coverage cover the loss the business will suffer from the liabilities it incurred to perform this project? And again, unfortunately, no, business income won't cover that claim for the same reason. There was no physical damage that occurred. In both these situations, though, a contractual claim can be made in court to recover lost income, but that's not a business insurance issue. The next question is, what about ocean marine insurance? What should business owners be thinking about here? And this is an interesting one. If you have goods coming in from overseas by ocean freight, there's no need to increase the limit of insurance on that cargo since the tariff is not imputed until the goods land at the U.S. port. If a container is lost at sea, your existing value should be sufficient since there's no step up in the value due to the tariff. Where you do need to adjust your ocean marine coverage is on the overland transit limits, meaning the portion of a container's journey from the port to your warehouse or a public warehouse. On this leg of the journey, your goods have stepped up in cost due to the tariff, which could be as much as 54% over a prior shipment if they were coming in from China. This should be adjusted on your policy. Another issue that should be considered is that some ocean cargo policies only cover the transit of goods from stated regions or countries to the U.S. If a business changes where goods are manufactured and shipped from, this may require an adjustment to your ocean cargo policy to reflect new points of origin. So what about inventory and property insurance levels? For importers with new goods entering your warehouse where you paid an extra tariff, that should trigger you to adjust your business personal property limits to avoid a potential underinsurance problem, as the tariff does increase the inventory's replacement values. How about business income insurance limits? Does the tariff impact how much business income coverage you should have? That's a good question, and the answer is no. While the tariff will increase your sales value, it does not increase the company's profit value or ongoing operational costs. Should your business suffer a loss and make a claim for business income, also known as business interruption, there's really no impact here. But while we're talking about sales values, you will pay more for general liability insurance if your policy is rated on gross sales or revenue. Unfortunately, there's no takeout for taxes or tariffs, and if you're passing the increased cost of tariffs onto customers, your gross sales will go up and your liability insurance will increase as well. Again, depending on where your goods are coming from and how much you pass along to customers, you may want to adjust your sales estimates on your liability policy to avoid a big hit at audit. Another issue to think about is credit insurance. With rising costs and uncertainty in the economy, some of your buyers may delay or default on payments. Good customers with good payment records in the past may not be able to sustain those characteristics in the future. So now may be a good time to consider credit insurance, which covers your accounts receivables from non-payment. Finally, I want to comment on a type of insurance that most businesses don't purchase, and that is political risk insurance. Political risk insurance protects a company with operations overseas against financial losses it may suffer caused by government actions or political events. This can include issues like expropriation, political violence, currency inconvertibility, or contract frustration in those foreign countries. Political risk insurance is worth considering for larger companies with overseas operations or investments, especially in these turbulent times where the U.S. may be viewed as a predator in many foreign countries. The turbulence we're facing today in the economy, including tariffs, are ultimately business risks. Still, some do intersect with insurable risks. So now is a good time to evaluate these risks and your business insurance coverage. You may need to make some adjustments or maybe not, but the last thing you want to do is ignore or dismiss insurance as an afterthought of this disruption and then suffer a loss where you may not be fully covered. If you want to learn more about how the Coyle Group handles business insurance and brings our clients an uncommon level of expertise, reach out and let's connect. In the description box below, there's a link to a contact form on my website. Fill that out and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can to arrange a no pressure, no nonsense conversation. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thanks.